Hello everyone, we're teams of Hoarders 12560 and we're here with
Swift Intergalactic Space Llamas, Team 7105.
and for this episode we wanted to have a little conversation about uh, into the deep and exchange a little bit of information about where every team just stands out and see FTC from around the world. So for this season, do you have any expectations? How is it going for you guys?
I'd say our season started off pretty good. We've definitely come up with some pretty complex ideas for this game. I mean, this game has a lot of I'd say there's some pretty fun aspects for this game, like the double hanging, which is going to be pretty challenging, I think, for a lot of teams. But we have some pretty good ideas for how to, I'd say, creatively solve the problems. So I'd say our season's going pretty well.
Yeah, when I first saw the hanging, the hanging task, I immediately thought about FRC. If you know about the hanging, well,
You.
like in children playgrounds,
Yeah.
those things. Yeah. And by the way, if you can my name is Ian, and I'm here with Alicia, and I'm in the 11th grade, and she's 10th. How about you guys?
I'm Philip. I'm junior in high school. This is John and Connor.
I'm a senior. I'm 17. So last year, kind of sad, but hoping to do great things this year. But
Yeah, us too.
to kick it off at the last time I'll be on the team. So
I'm a
So-
sophomore in high school.
Sophomore is the last year.
No.
Oh, that's the senior.
Yes,
Senior,
senior's the
Oh.
last year.
The
Oh,
12th grade.
Oh, okay.
So, how does your team divide responsibilities? I mean, for example, we are divided into 4 departments: 3D printing, programming, assembling department, and marketing.
PR, yeah.
Yeah, PR.
So what about you guys between your team?
So we do it in a pretty unique way. While we do have certain sub teams and leads of sub teams, like for example, Philip here is the lead programmer. He kind of manages most of that. But we also try and get everybody into every aspect at least a little bit. Everybody gets to participate in the design and build process. Everybody gets to participate in the coding process and and in the journaling and portfolio. So we like to have everybody do a little bit of everything while we have certain leads of certain categories.
Yeah, recently we also tried something similar, like instead of a general team leader, we have separate leaders, and we try to, yeah, as you said, make everyone do a little bit of everything because you can't just do one thing because that's not really gonna help the collective as much as possible. By the way, nice hat.
Thank
I
you.
couldn't
Thank
help
you.
but notice. I have the hoodie. You with the MTI. And you too.
Thank you. I thought.
So, by the way, what is your guys' rookie year? Because I didn't really know that.
2011
Um,
was the team's rookie year. My rookie year was 2006. 16. How long have I been doing? 2018. Sorry.
yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
our team's rookie year is 2016. So, judging by the fact that you're like a veteran team in this competition, how would you describe the process of passing down generation? Because it's really important to have the next generation of recruits being extremely prepared to join the team.
For preparing new members for joining the team, I mean, I would say you just really want to get them into the robot, you want to just immerse them into the robotics process as quickly as possible. So just having them, like John was saying, be able to do everything, being able to give them lots of opportunities to build, and being able to be there for them if they have any questions about CADing or programming, because programming and CADing can definitely be really confusing. It can be pretty easy to understand building because it's like right in front of you. It's much more hands-on. But being able to just like be there every step of the way, at least till they get more comfortable in the first environment, I'd say is really, really important.
And what else we like to do is what we call the shadow method, which is where a new member will kind of shadow a more experienced member, and vice versa. So like seeing how the more experienced members handle certain tasks, and as well as when giving rookie members tasks, the more experienced member is there to shadow and guide and help them figure out whenever they get stuck on something or anything like that.
So you basically assign recruit a more experienced member, from what I understood.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually really interesting. Yeah, that's really nice. We in our recruitment period, we just have like more steps to it, and we try to differentiate the whole process as much as we can from, you know, the way kids are used to in school, of many tests and just people just grading your memorization skills. We want to do that a little bit different and try to uh, make them a little bit more active in every activity we have. For example, if we have like a non-technical event or think about what we should do next with the robot, we try to make them think and like help us with every little thing because you know it's it's happy for them because they don't really have the experience you have, and it's so nice to see smaller kids, you know, get more experience.
How does your team handle setbacks? Because, I mean, every team has moments where they just,
Every team has disputes and conflicts in general.
yeah, it's very important to know how to handle them. So, how do you guys do it?
So it depends on what it is that the setback is on. Like, so for mechanical design, we never want to like do anything by like voting what design we think is better or anything like that. We always leave it up to statistics. So like if we have this idea for an intake and this idea for an intake, we just compare, and so the statistics rule over all. If this works better than this is what we're going to go with, and maybe we like some features of the other and we put it in. But then we always just try and like almost we try and predict stuff like that, and see if we can catch it and get through it early on so it doesn't become a problem later. And that's kind of how we go about it. So
Yeah, one thing is that having conflicts actually mean that every member wants the best for the team, so it's a sign. But I also have like another question because I still think about the method with the shadow member. That was really interesting. How many of you guys are there? Because it's really hard to just assign every recruit a member from the team, you know? So I wanted to ask how many of you guys are there?
So we have 11 team members, and we don't have any rookies per se. We have some new members whose last year was their rookie season, but they're still developing, still learning. It's only their second year. In the subcategories, we have people who are shadowing the leads. Like we have two members that kind of shadow Philip because he's the lead programmer, and so they learn from him, and he teaches them as he assigns them tasks. So
Okay, and in general, like, do you have a number of recruits you want to bring in every year, or just depending on the interest of the smaller kids, you know? Or are you looking for like a number specific?
I'd say like we're not usually looking for a specific number of people to recruit. The last 2 years, our team has been a lot bigger than it generally has, which isn't a bad thing. It is a bit different to like manage, you know, if you have a big team versus a small team. I'd say when we're recruiting people, we're not really like looking specifically to recruit a certain number. We do want team members to be willing to like participate and put a lot of time into robotics, though. So that is one thing we kind of look for. We just want our team members to be like super involved and be willing to get super involved in robotics. So I'd say that's the main thing.
Yeah, I
and
asked. Oh, go ahead, go ahead.
so
No,
another thing is we're a community club team. So we actually in our club we have 3 FTC teams this year. So and we kind of went based off of a little bit on time commitment. So 7105, we are kind of the flagship team of the club, and so we kind of push forward all the outreach events. We lead all the outreach events, and we mentor the other teams. And we kind of had a time commitment to be on 7105, and that's not the only thing, but like in order to excel, you have to be able to put in some time, put in lots of time. So that's what we look for a lot in our members as well, is how much time are you willing and able to put in.
yeah, this year we also wanted to focus more on the mentoring part, but I asked this question because last year we tried to have more volunteers, recruits with us, and we also found out exactly how Philip said, I think, that having a larger team doesn't necessarily mean that is a better team because it's harder to manage. So that's why we also with this year we want to have uh, less members, but with more time commitment, as you said.
Yeah.
Yeah, and for the last question, a bit of a hard one, but what is your favorite memory from your whole activity? If you can think of one on the spot right now.
Favorite memory. I mean, we made it to Worlds last year, so
Yeah.
I
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, yeah.
so I think it was at States when we were and we like made it off of Inspire, which was one of our really big goals. And so that was for me like the best moment, because when we saw we were going to be advancing to Worlds, it was just the most awesome. We all stood up and cheered, even though like we were in the stands, and it was awesome.
Yeah, I'd say that memory is a pretty good one. I honestly just really like being able to like engage with my team. Like there are a few different times at competition where I'm just like, competitions are so much fun because you not only get to engage with your team, but you also get to like see other people's robots and see them running, and being able to interact with people and like see what they've done and been working through the season is something which is really fun, which is something I say I definitely enjoy that a lot.
For me, I think it would be around the same thing as Philip. In my first year, the first competition I went to, I ended up having some extra food, and some kids from another team asked if they could have it, and ended up giving it to them, and then I just ended up hanging out with their group for most of the day.
Yeah, for me personally, I think it was our worlds. Like our worlds is the MTI last year, so
Mm-hmm.
the whole MTI experience in general was really, really nice, and I couldn't really express the feeling I had when I was actually there physically. Can't really express that. But
Yeah.
another thing is like before a competition, those weeks that you just spend at the lab with like every member and so on, everyone trying to do their best and just focus in general is actually the best feeling ever. Just I don't know, this is my safe place. And I realized that after shortly entering the team. So that's for me is the best memory.
Yeah, for me it was probably like the when we won regionals. Um, I had to leave earlier, so I was at home, and when they announced that we won the Inspire First Award, I started jumping around in my room because I was so excited. And even though I wasn't there, I felt so connected to the atmosphere, and I was very happy. So yeah, that's really imprinted for me.
It's always the best feeling when, as a team, you're pushing for these really big goals and you see them achieved, and that is the best feeling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a feeling of reward you don't really get elsewhere. So thank you guys for your
Thank you.
amazing answers and for this interview, and we hope to meet each other very soon, maybe, who knows? And we hope
Yeah.
you guys have a great progress this season.